Oh, we haven't done a gimbal in a while, and today we're looking at the Feiyu Tech Vimble 3. So this is their new smartphone gimbal. Well, the third one, I'm guessing. Vimble 3. And yeah, we'll take a look at what their website looks like, what they talk about. We'll probably put some clips of their little video. You can see here they have this watch video. Well, you can go watch it. We'll put links to Feiyu Tech's website down below. We'll unbox this to see what it's like, and we'll do a quick walking test just to see how this performs, and show off some of the features, I guess. Yeah. All right, guys. So here it is, Vimble 3, great gimbal. Great video. What more do you want, right? I do think it looks cool. Again, I haven't opened it. Looks like it does fold up fairly small, which is nice. What does it say? It has a built-in extension rod. So we've seen that in a couple of other different gimbals out there, but it's great that these guys have also got it included because you can get that for nice high shots. You can get it out further for wide shots, because a lot of cameras too, and I'll talk about like the iPhone, or I have some of the Poco phones around here, do have a nice wide camera, which is great, but a lot of times you get better image stabilization, you get a much just better camera in general if you can use the standard one instead of going to the ultra wide. So being able to just get the camera out farther sometimes can be better than switching to that ultra wide camera. So 198 millimeter extension rod, so that's about 20 centimeters. The extension rod angle is adjustable. Rich function buttons, yeah, easy to unfold, compatible with their magnetic fill light. Nice. New stabilization technology. Cool. We'll just go test it with my iPhone to see how it works, and you guys can read more here if you want to. And there it is right there in all its beauty. So there's the buttons. And that's all I'm going to spend time on their website. You guys, again, you can go hang out, play, take a look, see what you think, and let's crack open the box. So, Vimble 3 Feiyu Tech. Not a lot on the actual box, but who reads the box very much anymore? Not a lot of us, especially, it probably was more of a thing when we used to, I'm sure a lot of us we do the majority of our searching around, trying to figure out what we want, watching reviews like this one, and then we go to the store and we know the information, right? We've been on the website, we know all that, so we don't need a lot of it on here. And a lot of us may not even go to a store, right? We just may order it online, which is, again, like for me, there's no stores around my area that I can actually go to that would have something like this. So I have to make a big trip to go in. So what do we have? Find more features. You can go onto their Facebook page or anything like that. Just they have a little QR code, so that's kind of handy. Put that over there. Oh wow, that's a nice manual. That's a lovely manual. Look at that quick start guide, right? So that's excellent. We got it in. Looks like a couple of languages. Yeah, Spanish, French. I'm guessing English. Oh, German, English, and of course whatever. I'm not 100% sure what language this last one was, but maybe Chinese. But that's an excellent manual. That's a nice size. So very pleased with that. I was like, oh, what is this? But they just have this little, their logo just kind of pop up there. Feiyu Tech. All right. So number one, it does come with, and actually that's pretty solid. It's a nice solid set of legs. Because a lot of the legs that you get with these are really cheap feeling. That's actually got some nice, yeah. So it's got some nice weight to it, which is nice. It does spread out a lot, so it'll lay flat, so it'll give the gimbal a lot of stability when it's sitting on the table, which is nice. Plus, give you that extra bit of reach. So that's all right. And well, it stands up like that. Not that I would balance your gimbal like that. You get a little carry case. That's nice as well. They went with the beige color. Do they have their logo or anything on it? No, logo-less. I'm kind of surprised, actually. Logo-less. All right, anything else in there? Yep, there's some more stuff. You're going to get a USB cable. So it's not very big. It's a little USB cable, but it is USB USB-C. Is that USB-C? Yeah, USB-C, USB-A. Again, not crazy long. I would have liked to have seen a little longer than that, but so be it. So be it. It is what it is. Throw that over there. Is that? Oh, there's more. No, that's the bottom of the box. Looks like that's it. That's it. It's empty, right? That's all. All right. That's cool. And there be the gimbal. So you can kind of see hand size. It's going to fit in your hand. It's a pretty traditional size for a smartphone gimbal. I wouldn't consider this like a mini or anything like that. It's if you've played with any of the other smartphone gimbals, there are some that are probably a little smaller than this, but I find with the smaller ones you don't necessarily get the same level of motor strength, but that's a decent size. And for folding, nice and easy, it just kind of pops up like that. And they do lock sort of in a way. So you'll see right here there's these little notch points and a notch point here, so you want to make sure that's in its spot. That's in its spot, so that when this goes down, it slides into that notch, and now this is locked. All right, cool. Power button right here. There's your charging port right there. You guys can see that. It's got the nice little Feiyu Tech on the side. And well, I don't know what all the buttons do, but there's going to be some different buttons on the side. We're testing today. We're testing the stability of it. Now, I think too they have an app that you have to download. So I would think, my hope is, if I grab this manual and go into maybe the English, right? Power on. Yeah, I'm down with you. Yeah, there they are. So you guys see that? There's a QR code. So download the app. So let's get that downloading right now. So I'm going to come in here. Hopefully that'll grab it, and yep, boom, that'll download. Very cool. And once that's down, we'll do a quick connect, and we'll go outside for a walk just to see what we think, and hopefully not make this video 3 hours long. All right, 2 secs while this downloads. Well, while it's downloading, just to show you a couple other things, right? While it's downloading, this does give you automatically some extra reach. Right, so if you were using that, had that gimbal out there, you got that extra, you know, because you can adjust or hold it up here. But I like these because a lot of times, even without that extension, you get, that's got to be, what, probably 15-ish centimeters, something like that, just for the handle to get that out. And then, of course, you do have that, let's see if I can pop this out now, right, get it out here. There is that extension. So just to kind of be aware how long that extension is. But turning around here, you guys should be, like, you can get that out there. That's plenty. I wouldn't want it out a whole lot further than that anyway, because number one, you know, if you wobble even a little bit, you're going to notice that. Plus, if it's out further, the actual rod here would probably start to have a little bit of flex in it, and we don't want it to have any flex to it, you know. So, last thing too is just kind of make sure there's little stickery things on here, but the stickers are kind of like instructions on how to make sure your phone is in there properly, I believe. Also, once you get it in here, you know, you want to make sure that you balance the phone at least a little bit. Oh, and this is that, they were talking about this, right? You have, I don't know if you can see that, there's little angle points, so if you want it straight up here, if you're a person that likes it down lower, or down even lower. So, you know, you can get those kind of different shots depending on how you're holding this. So this angles into different positions. So it only goes, there's 3 positions in total. But that's cool. I like that. I like that it's adjustable. That's nice. And did this finish yet? Yep. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Would like to use Bluetooth. Yes, indeed. Allow access. Ask not to track. Sure. Please turn on the gimbal. Close your phone to gimbal and cancel either phone Bluetooth. Oh, so if you have the Bluetooth connection on, turn it off, is what it's saying. So I'm actually gonna put this in, because usually I find you probably want it in there. Now I have it in a case. Now, not a crazy thick case, but a case nonetheless. So let's turn this on. Ready? Hit that power button on the side. Now the gimbal is on. I saw there's a little green light on the front. Search again. I'm gonna bring this down lower and put my feet out. Put my feet out like that. It's not my feet, but you get what I'm saying. Aha! Vimble 3 it found. Now, I think I got that on the wrong way because as far as I would know, you'd want your camera, make sure your camera is pointed outwards, right? And then also make sure this is somewhat balanced all by its lonesome. So somewhere kind of in there, right? Just give it, nope, a little bit too far. Yeah, that's all right, I think. Now the other thing is I don't know if this has much charge to it, so what I may do is plug this in just to give it some juice. So it's saying, would you like to access? Yeah. Would you like to pair? Yes. But I think the gimbal itself is a little low. Can you see me? There we go. I think the gimbal itself is a little low on battery. So we're going to let it charge for a little bit and then we'll come right back. Okay, so just so you guys know, tapping the power button, and I totally forgot about this, tapping the power button just kind of shows you the indicator. Holding the button until the lights go up, they fill out like your power indicators, and then it makes a beep. Yeah, see, now I have that ability, you guys see it here, to move the gimbal around. I'll bring it here, maybe you guys can see it a bit better. So here, right, I have that with the buttons, the ability to move that gimbal back and forth. So I can spin it around. And there's going to be different modes, of course, to be able to do that. And I could spend a bunch of time going in there and playing around with all the settings. But we do have, a bunch of settings here on the screen, depending on what you want. You can go in here to your video mode or photo mode, depending, right? You can go into normal, and each one of these, there's a video, static, time-lapse, tracking, slow motion. So let's just, I'm curious, if I did this, we'll just try this real fast, right? You can do tracking on time-lapse, slow motion, light rail mode, dolly zoom, of course. I'm going to turn here because you guys can't see me here. Dolly zoom, you got a bunch of stuff. And if you go into camera mode, just so you guys can tell, you have photo capture, freehand panorama, fast panorama, overlapping images, ultra wide angle, 180 degrees, light trail mode, and 360 panorama. So you do have just tons of features that you can play around here. And if you're new to gimbals or just want to go in and play with you'll have your afternoons just filled with the ability to play around with this thing. But we're going to set it back to video mode. And then you and I are going to go out and go for a walk. Because really, the important part is, how does this stabilize, right? So we're going to go shoot some stuff. Mostly me just walking and talking with my iPhone, nothing else. And we'll see how that works. All right, I'll be right back. All right, guys, so I have this set, and it's a little weird because I have it it's set to auto track my face. And I'm hoping, I think I can set exposure here, possibly. Well, that's really bright. No, that's zoom. All right, let's not do that. There we go. All right, so just so you guys can tell, I just want to move this. Can I move this down a little bit? Yeah, when it's in, I'm guessing that's as wide as you can get. Will it tilt? Yeah. That's as wide as it'll get when I have it at arm's reach without the arm put out. Okay, so just so you guys are aware, I'm gonna walk down here and see how stable that is. It looks stable on the actual camera, and as long as you're moving slowly, the face tracking will actually try to keep me in frame, which is kind of nice. But let's bring the arm all the way out. So I'm going to bring the arm all the way out here. Okay, can I tilt that? Oh yeah, I can tilt that. So depending again on how I like that, so let's get that there. Whoops, I seem to have lost my tracking. Let's turn the tracking off for a second. All right, so I think I got it now. So we'll just go here, and it is face tracking again. I'm hoping I can speed that up a little bit for the face tracking, but it's much wider, which is nice. I'm gonna go in here in the shade, just so we can get a bit in the shade here, and I'm gonna turn off the actual face tracking, and I think I'm gonna just hit stop record here. All right, so actually with the arm out and using the front camera, now I may be a little far in regards to volume, possibly, but
that's got a really nice, again, I'm just looking in the screen, and I got it out at arm's reach with the actual extension. So I'm at full, almost 30 centimeters. So that looks like it's should be nice and stable. And I'm using, of course, the Feiyu Tech app, and I can control this with the joystick just to make sure I kind of get it where I want. And just once it's there, just kind of keep it in place. Now I can have the lock. It does have like a pan and tilt. It has a pan lock. It has a lock, you know, and if you want to use the rear trigger, you can have it to recenter itself. This is my humble abode. I do have to come out and mow the lawn. Every time I do a video outside, I'm like, I have to mow the lawn. But it's because I do have to mow the lawn. But normally I find, even with a lot of gimbals, when you're walking and you have the stabilizer turned on, that you still get a fair bit of up-down movement. I'm not seeing that as much in this one, so that's actually kind of nice. So yeah, I'm actually, again, based on what I'm seeing in the screen, pleased. Now, of course, like any new piece of electronics or thing like a gimbal or camera equipment or anything like that, I've got some playing to do, right? I gotta go around and play a little bit, but right now I'm super pleased. So I'm gonna go up the stairs here, right? Going up the stairs. Exposure's working good. Everything's working good. A little turn there. Yeah, that's all right. All right, guys, let's go downstairs and do a quick talk. But I think this is doing really well. Okay, downstairs we go. I figured I'd record while I was in the house, just so you can see more stairs, more walking, right? And just kind of float down the stairs here. I think it's a pretty good test. I think. It's gonna get dark here for a second. Hold on. Dark. Okay. Into the room. Now don't look at the video quality, because of course that's gonna depend on your smartphone, right? But yeah, that's awesome. And you can get your two hands there if you want to be able to play around with your angles and whatever, right? You can spin around, take a look at my mess, you know? Yes. And my weird light. You guys see my weird light? You guys never see that because it's out of frame. That came with the house, just so you guys know. I have yet to replace it because it's out of frame. But I think I probably should. All right, my desk is here. I'm gonna sit, we're gonna chat. Hold on. Okay, so here it is, right? That's the extension I kind of had it out at. I was playing with the different angles. Now do watch. This is the one thing I did find. If you want to kind of angle this, right, the actual gimbal, you know, it's better to make sure the gimbal is kind of straight, because then when you angle it, you want it to kind of stay in that straight, because if not, the motors get a little stretched and you get a bit of a wobble, and then you have to kind of adjust. But before you do the angle changing, make sure this part of the gimbal is straight so that you're kind of adjusting the bottom, right? Not, if that makes sense, because if you're like here and you have this, like, let's say all the way down, and then you kind of do one of these, sometimes I found outside she got a bit of a wobble because you're like this, right? So just kind of realize that, and then of course when you're finished, you just hold this power button down and she turns off. So I like this one. I'll be completely honest, you know, a lot of times for me, I don't use a gimbal that much at all, because, well, I do a lot of this kind of video for sure, and most of the time when I'm shooting with, like, let's say my iPhone, it's so run and gun. I'm just like 5-second video, 5-second video, 5-second video, and it's good. But there's a lot of people, it may be you, that use your smartphone predominantly, and you want to make sure that the footage that you're getting is really stable. Is this night and days over other gimbals that are out there?
You know, it's hard to say. 3-axis gimbal is a 3-axis gimbal, right? Yes, there are better ones. And yes, there are, of course, new features, which is good. Gimbals definitely have gotten better over the years, for sure. If you have an old gimbal, do you need a new gimbal? It all depends. You know, if you're not pleased with your old gimbal, then I'd say, yeah, maybe look at this one for sure. If you are pleased with it and it does what you need it to do you need to upgrade? Well, that's like anything, right? If I bought a computer and it does what I need, do I need a new one? Not really. It's more of a want than a need. But if there are features, or if or if you just don't have a gimbal, right? You're like, I kind of want a gimbal. Well, I'd say definitely put this one on the list of options for sure, because it seems to do really good. It's got a ton of features. Handles the weight for sure of my iPhone 13 Pro, which is good. And it actually worked with this case on it. Now, I wouldn't go too thick a case. So if you're someone that's running like a full armor case, then kind of be a little aware of that. But other than that, yeah, it's nice. I like it. It's good. Plus, I really do like the fact that it comes with this and that it has this, because then I can get that out considerably further, right? So I like that. And easy to fold up when I'm done. You just kind of spin it into its position. Spin this one into its... It's easy to do. Watch how I can't do it, right? Well, you just kind of line these up. Just make sure everything's latched into place, I think. Maybe I'll get this right. It's one of these. There we go. I'm on fire now. That's it. Is that it? I'm like, it's so easy. It's so easy to do. It's so easy to not do it right. So once you learn, oh, there. Make sure it's closed. So easy to do once you don't have the ability to do it. So make sure it's closed. Then it's easy, right? Easy. And it doesn't cover the buttons. It covers the back, right? Should have practiced. All right, guys, I'm going to leave you there. I'm going to put links to Feiyu Tech's website. Plus, I'll put links to where you can get it down below if you're interested. And that's it. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Hit the little notification bell. Let me know if you have this gimbal, what you think about it, what you thought of the footage of me walking around. And we'll see you guys next video. We do have Feiyu Tech's one of their new bigger gimbals as well. So we're going to take a look at that one. Possibly later on this week, or possibly in the next few days, next week maybe. I'm not sure, but we will look at it. So hit the subscribe button. Later, guys. I'm out.